Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Lucas, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing, and thank you to our witnesses for testifying today. First, I think it would be helpful to step back and appreciate where decentralized finance fits into the larger conversation around digital assets, blockchain technology, for that matter, the future of the internet. Ms. Riddig, starting broadly with Web3, could you discuss how blockchain technology enables decentralized digital ownership? And could you highlight some of the use cases beyond DeFi?
Thank you very much for your question, Congressman. As I noted in my oral testimony, DeFi protocols are deployed onto permissionless blockchain networks. So on a network like Ethereum, there are hundreds and thousands of computers that must come into consensus to settle these DeFi transactions. So at the base layer, they're highly decentralized. And at the DeFi application layer, they may be decentralized in a number of ways, but protocols that operate without intermediaries autonomously through software do meet the level of decentralization. On your second part of your question on non-financial use cases, there are a number. About over a year ago, Polygon Labs launched an open source database of blockchain-based use cases called the Value Prop. Today, there are over 500 applications and 43 use cases, and the non-financial use cases outweigh the financial use cases. So two that are most notable are the California DMV has digitized 42 million car titles to smooth the title transfer process. And GeoNet is an application that pulls satellite data in order for farmers to have better predictability about their crops and to be able to enhance predictability.
Mr. Valkenburg, could you also share your perspective about the impact of decentralizing the internet?
I'd be happy to. Thank you, Congressman. So there's a paradigm shift involved with DeFi, and we keep coming back to it, which is the removal of intermediaries. The cybersecurity threats that we've discussed in the context of the larger internet are a part of that paradigm shift. Hackers today target centralized servers. Centralized servers have wealths of information and data about the users of those services. This doesn't need to be the way the internet is built. Indeed, the original internet was built with individual servers run by individual internet users in mind. You'd have your own blog, you'd speak your own voice, and you'd have censorship resistance, autonomy, and privacy, the core values of the American Revolution. We've seen a change as large companies built services, Facebook, Google, on top of the internet and created moats around their user data. And DeFi, along with the non-financial uses that Ms. Riddig highlighted, is an alternative to that, a return really to the original view of the internet, which is that it should be an open playground for people to build what their heart says they should build and do it themselves and own their own data in the process.
In the remaining time I have, I'd like to focus on an issue that I put a lot of energy in on science and space and technology committees, and that's the future of quantum computing. Quantum computing has enormous untapped potential to solve the world's most complex problems, but also has the ability to wreak havoc in the wrong hands. Cryptography, of course, is the backbone of blockchain networks, which is, in the near future, must withstand a post-quantum world. Ms. Toomlily, how much attention has been given to post-quantum cryptography in the context of DeFi protocols as we slide into quantum computing?
Thank you for the question. As you suggested, cryptography is the backbone of blockchain technology, which means that it is also the backbone of DeFi technology. So I think exactly as your question said, it is key and central to the future of DeFi.
Because with the potential for quantum computing that exists, I believe, from the hearings we've done on the Science Committee, the effects on these encryptions are going to be dramatic. How do we keep up? Anyone else wish to touch on that for a moment?
The one thing I'd add about quantum computing is it could make a lot of our current crypto systems obsolete in a dangerous way. Now, the interesting things about DeFi here are that we would see in real time the need to update our systems because hacks would become immediately apparent. Large centralized banks, financial services providers, and internet corporations may get hacked and may fail to rapidly disclose those vulnerabilities. So there's something beautiful in the fact that these systems are open and that we immediately see when a vulnerability exists and we can start to patch it. And the value in these systems means there's effectively a very, very good bug bounty to draw people to fix these problems.
Thank you. Yield back, Mr. Chairman.